right now. I currently live in Romania, and everyone goes, "Why Romania? Are you Romanian, or is your family Romanian?"
Let's talk about that real quick. I know they're gonna ask, "Oh, Andrew, why are you guys in Romania?" Can you tell? Well, what's safe for YouTube, I guess.
Yeah. I was in England. I got tired of England. I had to decide to move somewhere, and I'd fought in Romania a few times, and I decided to go to. In fact, I'll tell you this whole story. All right, let me tell you the whole story. Let me tell out in public.
Let's go down
England.
memory lane.
Let's go down. Let me give out all my world secrets because I'm on my biggest podcast yet, so I might as well tell all my secrets, right?
There you go.
So this is a long story, right? So I had the webcam business. So a lot of people are very curious about how the webcam business worked. So basically, I was sitting there after I retired from fighting, and I thought I need to get rich today. So I'm Googling up and I'm researching, like, what is money? How does the central bank? Because I thought if I want money, the first thing I need to do is understand what money is.
Right.
Most people don't know what money is.
Facts.
Right? How does money work? How does a bank work? Where does money come from? So I started like, just going down the rabbit hole. And the more I learned about money, the more mad I got because I realized it's trash and fiat ain't real and they just print it from the sky. So I'm like, not only is it garbage, I don't have any. I don't have any garbage. What? So I was furious, right? So I'm watching this YouTube video, and they're talking about assets, liabilities, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there trying to find a way to get rich, and I decided to write down all my assets on a piece of paper. I had like a Range Rover, I had an apartment under mortgage, I had like 10 grand in the bank, that's it. So I'm writing down my assets. I knew I was big and strong, but I was already fighting. And then when I was writing down assets, I realized with my fight career, because I was traveling the world, all I do is, because I always win, because I'm sexy, when you win, it's almost like a given, right? The ring girl's yours. When you win, you smash. Like, they ain't fucking a loser. But if you win, so I had all these girlfriends. I had girlfriends in France, Slovakia, Germany, all these hot chicks. And they thought I was the big millionaire world champion, right? They thought I was living in London with a Ferrari, and I'm still texting them, and they thought I was living the big life.
Damn.
So I was like, well, I could open a strip club, but that takes money. You know, I need overheads, I need money, da-da-da. How can I use these women to make me money? I don't want to put them on the track because they're my women. I don't want other people touching my chicks. And by coincidence, I'm just Googling things up, and I discovered this webcam website. And I'd never heard of webcam before. This is a long time ago as well. It wasn't as big as it is now. Now everyone knows about OnlyFans, all this shit. Like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, whenever this was, it wasn't nearly as big. And I found this little webcam thing, and I was like, this might be some money. So I text all my girlfriends, I think it was 5 of them, text all 5, said, you're all coming here to live with me and work with me. None of them knew about each other. Bro, Tristan will tell you the story. He'll tell you. All 5 flew in, picked them all up. They're all sitting there. I sat them around the same table. Bro, I need to get paid. Right? I'm broke now. I'm retired from fighting. I have no money. I'm running out of money. So I put them all around the same table, and I was like, look, we're going to start a webcam business. You're going to stay. You're going to live in London. I'm going to look after you, and we're going to get rich. We're going to be a team. And they're all like, well, who's this bitch? I'm like, she's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. She's my girl. You're all my chicks. And you're going to stay here, and we're going to make some money. Big fight kicks off, blah, 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 blah. In the end, long story short, 3 left, 2 stayed. Those are my first 2 girls. And we started this little webcam business from my apartment. And it just grew and grew and grew. And it got to the point where at one point I had 75 women working for me in 4 locations. Damn. And I was doing $600,000 a month from webcam. So
this is in the UK.
This is in the UK. This is in the UK. So, but this leads into the story of why I moved to Romania. So, at the height of my webcam pimping, I think I'm the king of the world, right? I have all these women, da-da-da. But the problem is, my first 2 girls who worked for me because they loved me. I love this man. Right. I am with this man. We're a team. He's going to take me from the ghetto streets to the hotel suites, right? So we're working together. Yeah. But then once you get bigger, you start hiring girls who don't love you. They're in it for the money. So I had a whole bunch of girls working for me who weren't really about it. And then I had one girl, and she got too drunk one day, and she threw up in my apartment. I told her to clean up. She refused to clean up, start being an idiot. So I took her stuff, threw out the window. Because it's like, it's about that. With women, you never hit a girl, right? Can't do that. But
we learned that the hard way last week.
You can't hit them. But if all the other girls see me be disrespected, they're going to lose respect for me. Facts. Right? Yep. So when she's like, I ain't cleaning that up, you get that. So I was like, look, I don't care. And she was my biggest earning girl. She made me on her own maybe $25,000 a month.
Oh, shit.
So I didn't want to fire her. And she knew I didn't want to fire her, which is more reason why I had to fire her ass. So I was like, all right, cool. You want to be a gangster? Right, you're a gangster. Got her shit. We're like high up. We're like high up, like here. It was just out the window. So throws out the window. Got her by her 2 arms and marched her out the door, locked the door, end of it. She starts texting me, you owe me my last month's wages, you owe me my money, give me my money. Did I text her back? I ain't paying you nothing. You threw up my blah. She went to the police.
Oh, shit.
And told the police I hit her when I didn't.
Whoa.
So it's 5 in the morning, and this is about 4 months later. 5 in the morning, 4 months later, I'm laying in bed. girl here, chilling, living the life. And I heard the door, boom, 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 boom. And I don't know how I knew. I just knew it was police. The way they knocked that door, I was like, if you were going to rob me, you'd kick the door in, or this is just too obvious. And as soon as I heard that noise, I just paused for a second. I heard police. And I was like, man. Damn it. I was like, But I didn't know what it was for, right? But there's a few things I can't say in the podcast. I've lived a varied life, right? I've done some things when I had to pay the bills.
Right.
So I was a bit like, what's this going to be? So I like flush my phone down the toilet quickly. Boom. Shit, I'm coming. So I'm trying to hide shit. I'm looking around, like, what do I have to hide? Eventually the door comes off the hinges. Boom. Police bust in. Yeah. Fully armored, helmet. Boom. The guy at the back had a clipboard of me standing there after one of my fights with a world title belt, and they sent like the big man squad, like the crazy man. Yeah. All the officers were like 6'6". Yeah. The big boys came.
Damn. They sent all the niggas to get you.
Yeah. All the British niggas. They sent the big boys. And I'm standing there like, okay. So I was like, who are you? And they're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like,
wait, this is dumb hoe?
They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe. So I was like, I didn't touch that dumb hoe.
Yeah.
And the police were like, well, look, don't talk to us. We just have to bring you in, talk to the investigator. So I went to the investigator. They kept me in a cell for a day and a half. They sent officers to raid my house, took all my electronics, took all my phones, all my laptops, went through my entire personal life, found 11 new things to raise charges against me for. It's unrelated, because the original case got dropped because she had no evidence and she was lying, because all the other girls in the house went on my behalf
and testified against her.
She's lying.
Yeah, right.
So they're like, okay, but we've been through his life. He has a Lambo and a bunch of pussy and he's enjoying himself, and that's not allowed in the Western world. Yeah. So we've been through his life and we found 11 new reasons to raise crap against him. So I had 11 new charges, blah, 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 and I just woke up one day and said, I cannot live in this I will not live under a government that will do this to me when I've done nothing wrong. So I had to leave and go somewhere. And by coincidence, I had a fight coming up in Romania, so I went and fought in Romania. And I just thought, you know what? I'll hang around here for a few months. And then boom, 5 years later, I'm still there. So that's the long, varied story of how I ended up in Romania.